All right. First off, I want to thank everyone for being here again. My name is Eric Zipperly. I'm the co-founder and CEO here. Um, as most of you or all of you are aware by now, our industry was made legal in 2018 by the 2018 Farm Bill, and it is now suddenly facing a ban by the same man who made it legal. And because of that principled courage of this man standing next to me, light and awareness were brought to that issue. Senator Paul uses the Constitution as his set of guiding principles. He is not easily pressured by modern whims or big industry. He sees the long game and knows that adhering to the principles in our founding documents protects the liberties that we each live by, as well as protecting our livelihoods from federal overreach. Senator, thank you for taking the time to be here this morning to tour our facility and to witness the importance of not only protecting the state's ability to regulate this industry from within, but also the importance that federal regulation plays in our ability to manufacture, trade, and do business across state lines. Interstate commerce and federal regulation are critical to our survival. So thank you, Senator Paul, for being here. Come on up.
Thank you. I just came today because I heard hemp products made you taller. I think it may be too late for me. But, I became interested in this, knew nothing about it, but years ago when the Farm Bill began to legalize this, all the potential products that could come from hemp. Everybody always talked about how hemp grew naturally in Kentucky and was grown in World War II and made into rope. And I said, why not? Wouldn't that be great? We lost a lot of the tobacco growing. A lot of the tobacco industry's gotten smaller and smaller. To have a crop outside of soybean and corn would be good for our state. And then all the ancillary businesses, the businesses, making the products. And this is a great success. And I don't want government to stifle this. Some things have been told, though, that are untrue. People are saying, well, gosh, it's all being sold in gas stations. It's being sold to kids. Well, in Kentucky, we regulated this in a thoughtful manner. Our state legislature studied the issue, regulated it, and children can't buy hemp products in Kentucky. There are fines. You can go to jail for selling it to children. None of what's being sold here is going to children. It is regulated. It is tested. It is something that is not harming people. So I think you ought to have the right to choose how you seek to fix your problems, whatever those problems would be. Half of America can't sleep well at night. I would ask you to raise your hands, but I already know who you are. I can see nodding off there. But, look, people take pharmaceuticals, they take Ambien. Is there any reason why they couldn't take a hemp product at night to sleep? It really ought to be your business. Adults should be able to make these decisions. But I am worried about the legislation. We are working on new legislation, but I've got to convince my colleagues to change their opinion. I think one of the ways we may be able to get this new legislation passed is simply not to set exact federal parameters, but to say, look, if your state already regulates hemp, why don't we let your state make these decisions, not the federal government? There still will be the question of going across state lines that we have to tackle. We're in the process of listening to people in the business, listening to the farmers, and trying to come to some conclusion. Then we've got to change some minds. We have about a year. The legislation at the end of the year basically not only will ban all of the products probably made here, every product, but it also bans the plant. Even if you grow the plant for non-edible purposes. Here's the idiocy of this bill. This bill regulates the hemp in your floor. All right. If you make hemp into hemp wood and you make your floor, who cares how much THC is in your floor or your clothes? I mean, it's kind of ridiculous. But by changing the definition of the plant, all the plants that are currently grown will be illegal and have to be rehybridized. And the question will be, will there be enough money, particularly in making things like hemp wood, to grow new plants, get new seeds, do everything that it takes? But I think you can see by just walking around this facility, the thought, the planning, the business planning that goes into a business. This is a let's say multi-million-dollar business. I don't know the exact amount, but it's a big business. It's good for Louisville, employs 100 people, and I think we should be open-minded to allowing adults to choose what they would like to take for a variety of conditions. And apparently millions of people think this is helpful to them. And then some simply use it for, as a drink to feel the same effect as maybe having a beer. But I'm proud of the company for all they're doing, and thanks, Jim and Eric, for letting me be part of the opening.